How well have you guys been watching Bachelor in Paradise this season? Today, we are going to be testing our BIP host trivia to get the real tea on how we feel about this season of Bachelor in Paradise. Hey guys, welcome back to another Shared News. I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined today by the lovely Fiona Zaring and Avery Grooms. And I am going to be putting you guys to the test today to see how well you guys have been following along Bachelor in Paradise this season. Fiona, how are we feeling? Do we think that we are really keeping up with this season? Do you think you could beat Avery at this game?
I don't know. I thought I was keeping up really well, but there's so many faces, so many names, and just last week there was so much chaos that I don't know how I'm gonna do. Avery's pretty knowledgeable, so we'll see.
Avery, how are we feeling about this? Are you competitive? Do you feel like you're ready to win this competition?
Yes, competition why, yes, I would love some Nicki Minaj.
Okay. Well, we have clearly two very confident hosts here. So let's see who knows what's going on Bachelor in Paradise the most. So we're going to start with our first trivia question. And the way this is going to work is we're going to be playing to 5. So first person to get 5 points wins. And if you guys are tied, I do have a tiebreaker question. So we will see. But the first question is, what season of Bachelor in Paradise are we on? Take to your whiteboards. There's numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who knows how many seasons it's been? On the count of 3, you guys will reveal your answers and we'll see who is correct. When you guys are ready. Avery, do you feel confident about your decision? Fiona?
Kinda.
Fiona, how are we feeling?
No.
I'm still unsure.
Okay,
Have
three,
no idea.
3, 2, 1, and reveal. Bum, bum, bum. 7, correct. You guys are both right. It's been 7 seasons of Bachelor in Paradise. Okay, nice. Fiona, why are you so shocked?
Okay, so I feel like 7 was the number that popped into my head because obviously we've been talking about it so much. That was my gut instinct, but then I second guessed and was like, are there 30 seasons? I don't know. How long has it
Yeah.
been on?
7
Feels like a
years.
lot more.
Yeah, it has been on for a while. Okay, the score is tied 1-1. The second question is, what season of The Bachelor was Tahzjuan originally on? I mean, there was Nick Vile's season, Ari's season, Colton's season. There was so many great seasons. Which one was Tahzjuan on? Avery, you have your answer. I see the smirk. Fiona, what are we thinking? We're gonna reveal in 3, 2, 1, and go. Colton's was correct. Ding, 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 ding. We definitely
Yes.
need a
Look
bell. Okay.
at us.
Yes, you guys are killing it. We are tied up 2-2. You guys are doing better than expected. Okay. They're going to get harder as the questions go along. Okay. So the third
Oh
question is,
boy.
Jessenia, who was originally on Matt James's season, was most notably got into a fight with which contestant from Matt James's
Ooh,
season?
this I
Jessenia,
know.
she had a showdown with someone from Matt's season. Let's see if you guys know who he is or she is. Fiona is confident in her answer. Avery, are we good?
Yes.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, reveal. MJ is correct. Ding, 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 ding,
MJ.
ding. Okay, the score is tied up 3-3. You guys are doing really, really well. Fourth question, gonna get a little harder. What is Trey's uncle's name who is famously went on a date with Tajuan? Do we know what the uncle's
Ah.
name is?
I think
Avery seems
From the
confident. Fiona's a little unsure. There's a lot
from
of
the
names.
amount you talked about him, you'd think I would know.
Me and the entire nation of Bachelor memes. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and reveal. Anthony and Fiona says Mr. Uncle. The correct answer was Dr. Anthony Cooper. So Avery does get a point for that one, which makes her leading the pack 4-3.
Darn.
Fiona, you got to play catch up. We have a few more questions.
I
Um,
know. You're gonna stump me.
Who was the person? This is a little behind the scenes tea. So, who was the person who told Mari to throw the cake in the fire? There was someone on the beach who told Mari to throw the cake in the fire. Let's see if you know. Because, she was walking around. She didn't know where she was going to throw it. She knew she wanted to do something with it. So, we're going to reveal in 3, 2, 1, and reveal. Producers Lance Bass and Fiona says Wells Adams. Correct. It is Wells Adams. So Fiona gets the point. So now we are tied 4-4. Woo-hoo. So Wells was the one that told Maury to throw it in the fire because she didn't know where she was going with that. She originally wanted to throw it in the ocean, and Wells just gave her a great idea. Okay, the sixth question is,
I love Wells.
we're tied 4-4. This is really good, guys. On Abigail and Noah's first date, what was hanging all around them in the background of the date? Who remembers the
Oh.
first episode? Fiona knows. Avery might know. Tied up is
Think I know.
4-4. Okay, at 3, 2, 1, reveal. Let's see. Pinatas, and Avery says
Ah,
lanterns.
I
The
almost
correct
put
answer
pinatas.
was pinatas, which makes the score 5-4.
Ah!
But we do have a sudden death round. Well, we have 2
Oh,
more questions
God,
left. So
okay.
Avery still has the chance. There's 7 questions. So the next question
All right,
is,
all right, all right.
what phrase has Aaron used to describe his relationship with Thomas? How would Aaron describe his relationship, friendship with, or anything else in between with Thomas? Let's see. 3, 2, 1, and reveal. Mortal enemies is correct. Bumba woo! Which means that Fiona is up 6-5. There is one last question. This was the sudden death question. It is a 3-point question. So if Avery gets it correct or most of the points correct, she could pass Fiona. Okay. This one might take a little bit of writing. There are 10 guys left on Bachelor in Paradise right now on the beach. Name all 10 of them. 10
Oh my
guys
God.
after. You can do it. You got this. So last week we saw a few guys go home. Chasen went home. Carl went home, as well as Connor the cat. So those are your little hints. But can you name all 10 guys on the beach? Okay, in 10 seconds, you'll have to reveal. So however many you get right, you get 1 point for each person. So we'll see. In 10,
Oh,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reveal. Avery, what do you got? Read it out loud. Who do you
I
got?
have the picture of him in my head. I just don't know the name.
Okay, well, read who you have, Fiona.
Okay.
I'm watching your
I
marker.
cracked under pressure.
Okay, that's fair. But you have who?
James, Aaron, Thomas, Ivan, Joe, Noah, Brendan, and then the guy
So
who
that's-
Jessenia is with. I just can't remember his name.
Okay, let's see if Fiona knows.
Chris.
Well,
I
it's too
didn't
late now,
know
Fiona.
either.
Final answers were locked. But Fiona, who do we got?
All right, I got Thomas, Aaron, James, Kenny, Ivan, Brendan, Noah, Joe.
Okay, show the
But
boards
I think I had
to the
8. So even
the camera.
with Chris, who are we forgetting?
So it is James, Aaron, Joe, Kenny, Ivan, Brendan, Chris, Noah, Thomas,
Kenny.
and Riley. Which means that
Oh,
Fiona, you take it home. Fiona, you got the most points with a
Yay.
final
Woo!
score of, how many did you get? You had like 8? So 8 plus.
I think I
you
had
got
like 8.
14. So let's say it was like 14-10. Fiona, how do you feel? Like you won the Bachelor in Paradise trivia. You need to have more confidence in yourself. Is there a winning speech?
I know. Okay, well, first
Speech,
of all, I would like to
speech,
thank
speech.
all of you for your support throughout this season. No, I'm really just glad considering we dedicate so much time to talking about this reality television programming. It's really great to see that it's made a lasting impact on my brain. And I won't forget any of these people anytime soon. The nuances of their relationships. This is just such an honor. Truly.
Yeah, and Avery, how do you feel? I mean, you came up short. I feel like you cracked under pressure a little bit. I mean, what would you do moving forward in the next Olympic Bachelor Games?
I just need to study longer and harder next time. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but those were some tricky questions.
Yeah, well, A for effort. You both did amazing. And this was a really fun trivia game, but we need to talk about, I want to give our opinions now. So we have some more questions. I'm going to be participating in this. I want to see if we're all on the same page here with this season. So the first question I want to ask is, who do we think Kenny has the best connection with on the beach? Tia, Demi, or Mari? So he's been on a date or has spent a lot of time with all three of the girls. Who do we think he has the best connection with? In three, two, one. Ooh, I did not think anyone would say Demi. So why do you think it's Demi, Fiona?
Okay, so Sweet Mari is like so into Kenny, and every moment that we saw of the two of them, connection or not, kind of made me feel a little cringy. And then the Tia date, they had a really fun time, undeniably, but I just think at the end of the day, the guy who showed up on the beach naked is not going to long term hit it off with a girl who is that apprehensive about strip volleyball. Like, they're just two different types of people, fun time or not. Demi and him both just seem to like want to mess around and like mix things up. So, not saying they have a stellar connection, but it seems to make the most sense there to me.
Avery, where are you at with Mari? Why did you pick her?
Well, I think in general, we didn't see enough of them. I think there's a lot we haven't seen, and especially prior to Demi. But every time they do kind of meet up and talk about it, it just seems like there's such deep rooted feelings and anger and all this stuff coming out of it. I feel like they, at the end of the day, did have something stronger than him and Demi. I feel like he's just going through a little F boy phase with Demi, but deep
Ooh,
down,
40-year-old
likes
F
Maury
boy.
way more.
Have
Yeah,
you ever met a
it's kind of
40-year-old F
embarrassing.
You
boy
might be
before?
right.
No, not till this.
I'm sh- not in Bachelor in Paradise. See, I chose Demi because they're always going to the boom boom room, so I feel like they have the strongest connection. But the next question is, did Natasha, this is kind of a yes or no question, did Natasha have a fair warning about Brendan's relationship with Piper? Do you think she got a fair
From him?
warning, or do you think from anyone on the beach, just in general? Do we think she got a fair warning and she should have broke up with him? Or do you think she really didn't know? And obviously, we're going to see what happens when Piper shows up on the beach on Monday night. But interested to know where your heads are at. So let's reveal and see if we all agree. So I said yes. Fiona says yes. Avery says no. So, Avery, why do you think no? Why do you think she didn't know all of the tea?
I'm saying no, but I almost feel like it could be an act. I feel like she low key knew everything the whole time, but just the way this whole show is like staged and when Piper needs to come on, I feel like she was just kind of like filling in the space until she gets there. But in my mind, there's no way she didn't know because, she has that Bachelor podcast. She's very in
Mhm.
with the group. There's no way that information like passed her without her knowing some sort of it. So I don't know if she's like behind this or whatever they're planning, but I feel like deep down she did know. But at the same time, I feel like she could have got a little more of a warning. Brendan was still kind of vague about it. And there was a point where he almost reassured her that he has stronger feelings for her than Piper. And like we all know deep down that's not the case. So I think she was just confused.
Fiona, what do you think?
Yeah, so I was really disappointed because I understood kind of playing the game, right? You're getting some words that this Piper situation is serious. He's saying, oh no, like obviously, like Avery said, like made it seem like he cared about her more. But she needed a rose, right? So I understood playing the game at that point, even if you had some doubts about Piper. With everything that was said, with how weird that kiss was, with how slow he has been, when she had a rose in her hands and she had the power, I wish she would have taken that opportunity to kick him to the curb because I think everybody else on the beach pretty much knew that Piper was it for him and would not have given him the rose. So, think she
Yeah.
was a little too generous last week.
Yeah, I think she had the power last week to really date around and see if she had any connection with other guys. And it really did feel like some of the girls from Matt James's season who know Piper and hung out with her and Brendan in the city. I remember Serena said they hung out by themselves. Like, I feel like Natasha should have just, had her guard up a little bit more. And Brendan always described that relationship as casual. So we'll see what happens when Piper enters the beach. But I just feel like Natasha should have at least, attempted to see what other connections were there for her on the beach. So that's why I put yes. Our next question is, will Abigail and Noah make it another week? Just another week, or do we think they'll make it to the end? Where are we at with Abigail and Noah? In three, two, one. I hope not. Avery, why do you hope not?
I don't like them together. It's just
Why?
not giving relationship. There's no chemistry, there's no like sexual tension or really attraction, it seems like. It's just they're very much friends. And like, she even just brought it up, like, why aren't we like the other couples? That's because like you guys can't get there because you're not compatible in that sense. Like, I feel like it's like
Yeah.
right in front of us, but we're all just rooting for Abigail because we love Abigail, but she deserves someone better.
Yeah, she said, like, on the first date that she has a tendency to friend zone guys, but then what I saw on the most recent episode is that she was the one putting in this effort trying to make this connection with Noah, and she was like, "Do we start all over?" And Noah was just so relaxed about it. He didn't even, like, face her, and body language just shows everything. So that's why I feel like
Mhm.
Noah's just not meeting her halfway. Fiona, what are your thoughts?
I put yes, but not because I
Okay.
think they have a super strong connection or because I think they're gonna like get back together long term. But I do feel like where we left off with them was sweet Abigail feeling really, really sad about how everything transpired. And she mentioned multiple times that she was upset that she hurt him. And, we saw that moody shot of him like wandering around by the
Mhm.
rock. So I feel like what's going to happen this week is she's going to go to him, apologize, really talk about how all in she is, how she feels like she made a mistake. I do think he is still interested enough to give her sort of a second chance. I think they might ride out another week. Past that, I don't really know because I totally agree with everything Avery said, but I do think that their story isn't quite done yet.
Let's do a little bit more of a lighthearted question on this one. Who do we think has the best style overall this season? So I'm looking for one guy and one girl. Who do we think is killing it
Oh.
with the BIP fashion? Okay. In three, two, one, reveal. Ooh, Brendan's a good one. Demi? I put Deandra too, and I actually was gonna put Tammy as well. But then I decided to go with Deandra. But I really like Tammy, and
Yeah.
Deandra is the best. Why did you put for guys?
Honestly, there was no one who really stood out to me in terms of guys. So if I had to pick, I guess Thomas looks like the most cleaned up. Brendan, his style has
Brendan's
actually
good.
gotten a lot better, but every now and then a shirt's kind of like a hit or miss. So Thomas, I feel like has been pretty consistent, but nothing too risky. So it's hard to say.
See, I don't really like
I
Demi's
actually agree
style
with
this
that.
season, Fiona. A lot of people haven't been liking Demi's. A lot of people I've seen online been saying it's a little cheap and tacky. So why did you put Demi?
So I have to say I haven't super been loving any of the girls' looks. I guess now that you guys are
Ooh,
saying Tammy, I'm like thinking
Deandra,
back on a
yeah.
lot of her looks and I have liked them. Deandra, I've got to like pay attention because I'm sure you guys are right. I just like can't picture any of her outfits. I feel like I've noticed, I guguess, the effort. And it's interesting that people are saying cheap because now that I hear that, I'm like, okay, I do see that. But I feel like Demi has consistently come out and like bikini, matching bottom, a lot of jewelry, like very styled. And I feel like it's made at least an impact on me. I've noticed what she's wearing and been like, oh, like maybe I wouldn't wear that, but it's like that trendy, swirly retro thing going on. So that's kind of what made me put her. But now I'm going to pay more attention to Deandra because I'm sure you guys are right. And Brendan
I mean,
also had a couple of
Deandra,
moments that
yes.
like stuck with me.
No, he has. But the thing is with Deandra, she has all this new jewelry that she keeps on getting gifted. I mean, she's become the bachelorette of paradise. So I think she has great style. But Brendan is a really good answer. I had Ivan on my list just because I was just so happy he got a rose. I mean, he looks dapper every single time. He's so good looking. And I want him to be the next bachelor since Jessenia broke up with him, which was really, really upsetting for me. Our next question is Kendall has walked in on the beach. Do we think she is going to ruin Joe and Serena P's relationship? Okay. In three, two, one. Make it difficult. I said she's going to try, and Avery says no. So, Avery, you think Joe and Serena are pretty solid?
Yes. I mean, earlier I was kind of annoyed with him because he kept bringing up Kindle, and I'm like, okay, why are we still stuck on her or what? But after seeing her like entrance, I just like seeing her there made me realize like it's probably not going to happen. but like how much did they have to pay her to go on to do that? Because like if you told me my ex was dating someone else in paradise, like my ex fiance, there's no way you would catch me like chasing after him again there. But I'm surprised she is, but they had to pay her a lot for that, right? Like, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
they paid her more than some of the other contestants, especially because she has been on the beach before. So I would assume Demi is probably
Mhm.
getting a little bit of a better cut as well. But I put she's going to try to because she went right up to Joe. She didn't even say hi to all the other guys. It's like, are you coming here to date Joe or are you coming here to see if there's other options? And then she gave him that nickname. So I think she's going to try and shake things up. Fiona, I'm glad that we're on the same page here.
Oh yeah, and first of all, I would actually like to change my previous answer because we've only seen one look from her, and I think she has the best style on the beach so far. So I'm
Okay,
changing that answer. But yes, I
perfect.
agree with you. I was there to try. She literally said it basically. Like she is there because she still has feelings for Joe, and Joe is there. While I appreciate shooting your shot and getting the call that someone you think you still love might be walking down the aisle with somebody else, you have one more chance to go to salvage that. Like, good for you. Good for taking your chance. Good for having the confidence. But you guys had a lot of years to try to make something work and ultimately couldn't over two issues that they weren't willing to budge on. So I don't think that she's going to wreck Joe and Serena. I just think she's going to come in, make it difficult, and hopefully they can like overcome it. But if at the end of the day she's still not willing to move to Chicago, then like they're going to be
What's
right
the
back where
point?
they were.
Yeah, and I hope that
Yeah.
Serena's willing to move to Chicago because Joe has made it clear that he wants to stay in Chicago. So
Mhm.
we'll have to just kind of see how everything plays out. But our final question is, and I'm going to just say two couples. Which two couples are most likely to get engaged at the end of the season? There could be three couples, there could be four. We really don't know. There might only be one, but let's just put two to see. Let's see if we're all on the same page here. I feel like me and Avery are gonna write the same people, unless you pull something crazy, which you've done in the past when you wanted to
I
give your
know,
I
rose to
don't
but
even
now
Carl.
that
know.
Carl's gone, there's no more craziness for me to pull. I was team
Okay,
Carl.
Who even
me
is a
too in
couple
that
right now,
situation.
you guys?
Tammy and Thomas. You can put Becca and
Oh.
Thomas, Serena and Joe, Marissa and Riley, Noah and Abigail,
Abigail.
Demi and
All right,
Kenny,
all right.
Tia and Kenny, Mari and Kenny, everyone and Kenny. Okay, three, two, one. Riley and Marissa. Oh, we all have Joe and Serena, and then Riley and Marissa.
Oh, we're doing
So why
2.
do we think? Yes, we're doing two. Who else
Yeah,
would you put?
that was my second one anyway.
We're all on the same page here. See, I just feel like Joe didn't get engaged last time he was on with Kendall. So I feel like if he's going to come back and he wants to like do it differently, he's going to have to get engaged. Otherwise, he's going to be that guy who made it all the way to the end and didn't get engaged to either of his picks. So that's why I feel like Joe and Serena. Fiona, are we really feeling Riley and Marissa?
So, Joe and Serena, I feel very confident about. Riley and Marissa, out of all of the couples on the beach right now, I honestly feel like they found each other, they hit it off, had emotional chemistry, physical chemistry. They seem to kind of like mind their business aside from that little moment with Connor that I thought was unfortunate last week. Like, they were just a little duo off doing their thing. We barely saw them, which I kind of feel like when you're super solid, we just don't see you that much. So
Mhm.
I think they could be it, but I'm more confident in Joe and Serena because we've got to see more of their connection, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Riley and Marissa, Avery?
I think they're like soulmates. I mean, we saw the instant connection, but now, like you said, they're just off on vacation doing their own thing. And that means they're solid. And every time I do see little clips of them, they seem so in love. And it's only been like 4 days.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
seem really solid and comfortable with each other, and we never really get to see Marissa break up with Connor, you know? Like, she kind of told Connor that she wasn't maybe around when he was planning that date, but we never saw her break up with him, and then Connor the cat eventually ended up going home, which was really sad. Does anyone think Connor could be the next Bachelor? Because, I mean, I think he might be in the
Ew,
running.
no. I
No?
hope not.
Really? I think
I'm
Bachelor
tired of
Nation's
him.
charmed by Connor in like a he's the nice guy that everyone like roots for kind of way. I don't know that he's like viewed as the Bachelor, even though he's a nice guy. Probably would do a good job.
Avery, tell us how you really feel.
I'm just like tired of the whole like, oh, he's so nice, he's sweet. Like, I
Right.
honestly think he's annoying. Like, put the ukulele down, like, every given chance, he's, like, trying to sing these, like, weird songs. It's just not something that would charm me. That's probably, like, a person maybe I wouldn't get along with because it's like, "Dude, just chill." I don't know, I just don't think he'd be a great lead. He's fun to have around, but not as The Bachelor, please, no.
So who's
He
your
doesn't
top
have the
pick for
mass
The Bachelor
appeal.
right now?
That's hard because I kind of got used to it being Michael A for a second, then I was, like, accepting the fact that it might be Greg, um, and I was kind of okay with the Greg thing. I kinda like the little
Really?
controversy. Maybe Ivan, but also he's almost, like, too nice and, like, not as, like, outspoken as some of the people we've had or might need in terms of being the Bachelor. Um, Maybe Carl.
Okay, Carl for Bachelor. You heard it here first. Fiona, final thoughts. Who's going to be the Bachelor?
So honestly, I don't know if this is who will be the Bachelor. I've said it before and I've said it again. Out of all the guys we've met recently, I think Michael A has the most charisma to like carry a season. I think Andrew S was great. I'd be happy if it was him. Be happy if it was Ivan. I'd be happy if it was Joe for Pete's sake. Like there's a lot of great guys, but I think creating a season that would be interesting, new, exciting, and with like a character figure that has enough appeal that everyone likes him, it's still Michael A in my eyes.
Yeah, it could be Michael A. It could be Andrew S. I mean, I'm going for Peter Krause. I want to bring him back. He was from Rachel's season. So you guys are going to have to let us know who you think will be the next Bachelor. And how did you guys do on the trivia quiz if you guys were playing along with us? That is everything we have to share with you guys today. So comment down below who's going to get engaged this season on Paradise. So much to discuss. And before you guys go, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell because we'll be back with more Bachelor in Paradise news. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined today by Fiona Zaring and Avery Grooms. Our social media handles are on the screen right now. Come by and say hello. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you next time. Bye.